From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, February the 22nd, 2019. We open with a historic moment for the State of Israel. At exactly 8:45 p.m. last night, Eastern Standard Time, the Israeli unmanned lunar lander Bereshit lifted off from Cape Canaveral, Florida. Israelis were up in the middle of the night to witness the event, including some 500 employees and their families of Israel Aerospace Industries, which partnered on the project with Space IL. They gathered in the company's cafeteria in the city of Yehud at 3:45 a.m. Israel time. And in the command center there, the company's engineers were joined by a number of dignitaries, including Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, to watch the countdown.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Relief and more celebration came when Bereshit successfully separated from the Falcon 9 rocket it was launched on top of.
And there
on your screen you can see that the second stage engine has lit the gorgeous red-orange glow of that nozzle.
And if all goes well, the spacecraft will land on the moon on April the 11th, making Israel the fourth country in the world to do so. Prime Minister Netanyahu called the mission a big step for Israel and a big step for Israeli technology. Some 8,000 Palestinians took part in violent riots at the Gaza border fence today, throwing rocks, IEDs, and grenades at Israeli soldiers, with several trying to mass breach the fence. Officials of terror group Hamas said a 15-year-old boy was among those injured by live fire, and they later reported that he died. Meanwhile, yesterday, the IDF said that Hamas is sending children as young as 8 to the fence, promising to pay them 300 shekels, which is $83, if they are injured there. And in Jerusalem today, thousands of Palestinians broke through a sealed-off area of the Temple Mount that has been closed since 2003 during Friday prayers today. Israeli police said the crowds dispersed peacefully afterwards. Last night, Israeli security forces arrested about 60 people who were said to have been planning violence at the holy site. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas said the Palestinian Authority will no longer accept tax revenues collected by Israel, after Israel said it would withhold sums from those revenues equal to the amount that the PA pays in terror stipends. Israel collects taxes on behalf of the PA and then transfers the amounts to them each month. But on Sunday, Israel said it would freeze about 5% of that amount against the stipends paid to Palestinian terrorists and their families. Abbas was quoted on Palestine radio saying that the PA would keep paying those terror stipends, even if it meant using all of the funds for that purpose. He reportedly told visiting U.S. congressmen, "We reject the tax, we don't want it," adding, "Frankly, if we are left with only 20 or 30 million shekels, which is the sum paid to families of martyrs, then we will pay them to the families of martyrs." Well, Israel opened its first embassy in Rwanda today. New Israeli Ambassador Ron Adam met with Rwanda's President Paul Kagame and said of the East African nation, this country shares a lot of similarities with the State of Israel and offers a lot of ground for mutual cooperation. Israel is expected to offer support to the Rwandan people in the areas of health and education, as well as in agriculture and cybersecurity. Another British lawmaker has left the Labour Party over claims of a culture of extremism, anti-Semitism, and intolerance under Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn. Ian Austin, who is the adopted son of Holocaust survivors, is the 9th British lawmaker to leave Labour for this reason. Joan Ryan, who led the Labor Friends of Israel, announced on Tuesday that she was leaving and joining the newly formed independent group in the British Parliament, formed by 7 other Labor legislators who quit the day before, also accusing Corbyn of failing to eradicate anti-Semitism from the party. Palestinian and Israeli business and political leaders met this week in Jerusalem to announce a joint economic initiative that's aimed at improving economic opportunities in the West Bank. The Judea-Samaria Regional Development Financing Initiative was launched by the Judea-Samaria Chamber of Commerce and Industry, led by Jewish Ariel resident and entrepreneur Avi Zimmerman and Palestinian businessman from Hebron, Ashraf Jabari, with help from the U.S. Israel Education Association. An Israeli company, Rewalk Robotics, known for its robotic exoskeleton suit that helps people who are paralyzed walk, are now seeking clearance from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for a new type of suit. It's called Restore, and it helps those who have suffered a stroke to learn how to walk again. Restore was developed together with the Robotics Institute of Harvard. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, February the 22nd. Live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by a concert of the Andalus Ensemble. At 8, Harvard Law Professor Emeritus Alan Dershowitz debates J Street Executive Director Jeremy Ben-Ami at the 92nd Street Y on the subject of American foreign policy and Israel. At 9, it's the film Israel Indivisible, followed by Musica with Israeli singer Rona Kainan. And coming up right after this newscast, it's a look at this week's Torah portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, February the 22nd, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.